Righto, I think this is recording and I hope my voice is coming out clearly. This is looking at the back door and the wash house door, and I'll just turn around. That's Becky's kennel down there, there's her water bowl, those are the doggy nuts that she's not particularly fond of, but she doesn't get much more than that because she's got renal failure and piddles a lot. These are some Gloxinia. I've taken some still photos, not sure how well these will turn out. This is the water pistol that brings Mui down off the roof, and there's the reservoir which is getting a little bit low, attached to a sparkling lemon water. Now these are some other photographs that I took. These are Gloxinia, big flower. I'm going to come in a bit close. I hope this picks it up quite nicely. This is doing so well. And here's another version of Gloxinia here. Not sure what the others are. I think they're also Gloxinia. Hope so, because they're a lovely plant. I propose to try and increase the numbers of these. Around here, that's looking through into the bay window type of thing that Theo had built into the house for Betty when they lived here. And of course there's a patio roof all the way across to the carport at the other end. Now these are tuberous begonias. I'm not sure what the name of them is. I think these are the ones that Theo left behind. There's an orangey coloured one that's coming through on the underside. Not particularly striking looking plants, but flowers rather, but the others were. This is Judy's secret mix that she feeds to the plants around the place. And there's a bit of free advertising. It's called Nitrosol. I think it's a collection of blood and bone, and the plants do extraordinarily well. And if that noise in the background is coming through, but that's a helicopter up at the hospital. So here's the cross trainers that one day I'll get back on. Not quite sure when that day is going to be, but I will. Now I'll come back over here to some other photographs that I took. These are a collection of different plants in here. Some of them are begonia. And here are some other Gloxinias. Just so vibrant. There's no scent though, which is the bugger. And here's this big cerise pink Gloxinia over here that's got lots of flowers on it. These are begonias in the front. That helicopter must have been incoming from somewhere up the coast. Over here, this device up here is a reservoir for those two pots down there. It's a device put together and invented by a man called Jim Farr, F-A-H, in Melbourne, Australia. And the principle is power-free hydroponic gardening. These tomatoes here, they're just cherry tomatoes that Judy grew, and they're sitting in little pots down here, set on bowls from the kitchen. But these blokes here, a different variety of tomato, no idea what they're called. But these ones here, the two here on the end, these are called beefsteak, and they are a complete and utter wasted space, even though the vines, as you can see, well, by my calculation, they're between 7 and 8 feet, perhaps even 9 feet tall, down to the level in there where the walking around the side. My stainless steel bucket that I bought from the second-hand shop in Gisborne for $18. Judy slanged me off from the one end of the place to the other when I came home with it, and I was so pleased with it because it's 18 grade stainless steel, so it's rock solid. And these maidenhair ferns that are set in these pots, these were left by Theo, the man whose house we bought. Gary will remember this thing up here that I brought all the way back from Perth in a suitcase. The attrition rate when it's running is profound. It takes it takes small flying insects out dramatically. I've just got to look where I go out here, because Specky's goes and she doesn't indicate where she goes. You just suddenly find yourself in it, as it were. Small tomato growing here in amongst the beans. It's doing very well. This is all Judy's handiwork, not mine. These are runner beans. They're bloody dreadful stringy things, but we're grateful for them. These are some lettuce plants that are going to seed. And this fellow here is one of two passion fruit plants. And there, to make my point, are a couple of passion fruits that are on it. Another little one here. I don't know whether that's coming through. Yep. Okay, and some trusses of tomatoes that's self-seeded. Another couple of tomato plants down here. Not sure what these are. Judy's just nurtured them on and let them go. More passion fruit in amongst the tomatoes. This one's doing extremely well as well. And more passion fruits. There's one lurking under there. Something landed on my hand. Some more up here. And more all the way down through here, which pleases me no end. These big plants here, I think, are some form of I'm utterly blank. Can't think what the name of them are. They deciduous. They come back. Here's the fish pond. Up here next door there used to be a probably 12-metre tall plum tree. The plum tree height is below the level of that fence, thanks to yours truly. This is all Judy's handiwork. She's done so well. I personally wouldn't dream of coming out and planting flowers around a fish pond, but Judy, bless her, has. So there's portulaca down here and petunias in the background. Now these blokes over here, these are also beefsteak tomatoes. And we've done quite well off here. Actually, there's another couple I should pick before the birds get at them, because the birds are very quick off the mark. This is a lemonade tree, and we've got a few off there. This bloke over here is a tangelo tree, and we've done very well off that this year as well. This dip in the ground is where another tangelo tree was, but I took that out because it was so diseased. This is Judy's collection of lilies, and the white Christmas lily over there. I'll walk around the other side. They got flattened the other day yesterday by the big ones. There's a naked patch in the lawn over there. There was a grapefruit tree, and that also took a dive. This fella here is a silk tree. It was probably another 2 to 3 meters taller, but thanks to the application of a chainsaw, it now is not. And so you can see from the size of the trunk and so on that it's a very old tree. And we bought fairy lights and stuff like that to put around the trunk, and at night time they flash and so on, and it's quite pretty to look at. Bit of eye candy, not very expensive, runs on solar cells. That's those, sorry, walking backwards quickly as I'm remembering, that's those devices down there. So they just pick up the energy they require from the sun, and they discharge the energy through the night, and they're still flashing they turn on just after dark, and they're still flashing when we waken in the morning. Here's one of Judy's lilies. It's quite a pretty thing. There's not as much scent on as I recall the scent of lilies to have. I can't remember what these things are. They're almost like the straw flowers, but they're not. And this was Judy's Christmas lily. Its name, he said, looking down at the bottom, doesn't say. Well, I won't wave this thing around too much. This is my Washington orange. Slowly getting itself sorted, looking a bit